Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
A $5 million class action lawsuit says Disneyland scanned the faces of about 75,000 visitors a day, and most of them had no idea it was happening. The only notice? A small sign with a crossed-out facial silhouette near certain lanes. No app alert, no consent form, no paper trail. If you've ever walked through the gates of a theme park, a stadium, or an airport, this story is about you. Your face may already be data in a system you never signed up for. That's not paranoia. That's what this lawsuit describes. On May 15, 2026, a class action suit landed against Disney, claiming the company collected facial biometric data from guests entering Disneyland's standard lanes without getting explicit written permission first. At the same time, halfway around the world, Indonesia announced that starting July 1, 2026, every new mobile phone number in the country will require facial biometric verification to activate. And in a federal lab, NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, just released new testing showing that the best morph detection algorithms now catch nearly 3 out of 4 spoofing attacks. 3 very different stories. One shared question: biometric technology clearly works, but can anyone actually defend how they're using it? Start with what happened at Disneyland. Guests walking through the main entrance lanes were scanned by facial recognition systems. The lawsuit says Disney offered no written consent process. No notification popped up on a phone. No form was handed out at the gate. The only indication was that small sign, a silhouette of a face with a line through it, posted near separate opt-out lanes. Most visitors walked the standard lanes and never saw it. Disney's defense is that numerical values derived from facial scans get deleted within 30 days, except when needed for legal or fraud cases. But the lawsuit points out a contradiction. Annual pass holders visit over and over. For the system to recognize them on return visits, it has to keep a reference image stored somewhere. You can't match a face to nothing. So the 30-day deletion claim and the repeat visitor matching can't both be true at the same time. That's not a technology failure. That's a policy that doesn't hold up under its own logic. And this matters beyond theme parks. Any business using facial recognition, a gym, a concert venue, a grocery store, faces the same structural problem. If you collect biometric data without clear, affirmative, written consent, you're building on sand. For anyone who handles digital evidence or manages compliance, that's a liability you can measure in dollars. For the rest of us, it means our faces become data points in systems we never agreed to. Now shift to Indonesia. Between January and April of this year, 3 major telecom operators ran a trial requiring facial biometric verification for new SIM card registration. According to government reporting, roughly 1.4 million users enrolled successfully during those 5 months. The reason for the mandate is concrete. Indonesia's Anti-Scam Center documented nearly 400,000 fraudulent accounts and losses equivalent to about $279 million as of September last year. Fraudsters were registering phone numbers under fake identities at massive scale. Facial verification is the government's answer. Starting July 1st, it's no longer optional. Every new mobile number requires it. That's roughly 300,000 new registrations a month running through facial biometric checks. Indonesia isn't the first country to try this. Vietnam, Thailand, and South Korea already require biometric verification for mobile registration. But Indonesia is the first to attempt it at this enrollment scale, and cybersecurity experts there are already calling for a dedicated personal data protection supervisory agency to oversee how that biometric data gets stored and audited. Without that oversight, the same consent gap that created Disney's lawsuit could emerge at a national level. Which brings us to spoofing, the technical threat that sits underneath all of this. Face morphing software takes photos of two different people and blends them into a single image. That composite face can fool a biometric system into matching both individuals. According to NIST's latest round of morph attack detection testing, the top-performing algorithms now catch about 72% of morphing attacks. And they do it while producing only about one false alarm for every 100 legitimate scans. That's a meaningful threshold. It means morph detection is moving from the research lab toward real-world deployment. But NIST also found that these algorithms still struggle to generalize when they encounter a new type of morph they haven't been trained on: performance drops. So the 28% that slips through isn't random. It's the novel attacks, the ones nobody's seen before. The question the industry keeps asking is, does biometric technology work? It does. NIST testing proves it. Indonesia's trial proves it. But that was never the real question. The real question is whether you can defend your use of it in court, to a regulator, to the person whose face you just scanned without asking. So, 3 stories, 1 lesson. Biometric systems that skip consent, skip audit trails, and skip transparent workflows create liability that no accuracy rate can fix. Whether it's a theme park in Anaheim or a telecom counter in Jakarta, the technology is only as trustworthy as the process wrapped around it. And that process has to be defensible to a judge, to a regulator, and to the person standing in line who just wants to ride a roller coaster, not hand over their face. The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.